And ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second match, Gravity versus Instinct. You know, the OG casters are gonna go now. We newbies gotta take over. They're gonna be busy later. No, the stress.
How are you
But
doing, Sora?
yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, just a bit nervous, but let's just quickly get into the match here on Bazaar Instinct versus Gravity. For the side of Instinct, they are going with Inara, BK, Androxus, Furia, and Terminus. And for the side of Gravity, we have Grover, Tiberius, Leon, Makoa, and Buck. What do you think about the drafts, Mike?
I think this is a very interesting draft from the Koa side because not much teams actually play point tank Koa or single tank Koa right nowadays, whereas the other team actually doesn't have an off tank but have two point tanks on the side with Terminus and Inara. But I'm just kind of curious about how Furia is gonna pocket and heal all those tanky players up on the Instinct side, whereas on the Buck side we have Tiberius and Buck, which can do a very high dive format to the backline. No one could stop them very easily in the early game, so I would kind of lean the draft a little bit to Gravity here and see how we do it.
Right, see how you go indeed, and with that, we're gonna perhaps get started this match. You know, it seems that Gravity here will be using Step into the Light, a new player for the draft, for like the player roster for Gravity. It's gonna be really interesting to see how this new player plays out. And you know, Instinct, you know, all of them are no stranger to each other, coming from the Bangladesh league. You know, if I'm not wrong, all of them should be in Bangladeshi, and you know they've played with each other through that league from thick and thin. They got that teamwork required to push through. You know, and we can perhaps see this teamwork leading them to victory here compared to Gravity's aggression. But you know, Gravity is no stranger to each other as well, coming in with the experience from GCSL being rebranded. You know, teamwork versus teamwork, both of them very experienced teams, you know, doing well in their individual leagues. And with that, we are starting out, both teams just crowding onto point here. Aggressive already falling low on this Terminus, trying to push up. A very nice stun here may get down rocks low, and first blood will go to Zyve on the BK.
Yeah, you can see the Gravity actually plays it kind of correctly, but due to the pot presence of two Ponte just stacking up, like, they have nowhere to go once the tanks can extend and keep the point. Instinct is 46% right now. They have to reset this one, but I think they still might have a chance because those tanks doesn't have too much ranges. You can see the tanks and all those driving. So you stick the Hulk on the right side, but it's only 85% side. Or falls down immediately. I don't know how this is going to go well for the first one. Overtime triggers by teammates Grover behind. I don't think they know it. But it's going to expire soon and touches again. But I don't think it's worth it. Instinct, I think they take the first one.
Overtime slowly running out here. Nasty Harambe trying to come in and push, but the objective does go to Instinct Esports. Earlier, the insane wall from Ramin blocking out the DPS and just stalling the push from Gravity, allowing them. Inflame comes in for Furia as Aggressive picks up a double kill. And 2 minutes in, the payload already moves from spawn.
Yeah, I think Tiberius and Daylock playing with the Buck has to really commit to do that backline. Right now they're just letting Terminus sub all those damages, pushing the payload free with two very strong tank hunting players, zoning and controlling all those bases. Concern for start this map, this is actually very hard to push because you only have one fight line and everyone they have to go around, they have to jump and use their verticality to move it. So I think if Team Gravity kind of plays it correctly with managing all those cooldowns, they still have a chance looking at those slash lines. They start picking up the kills and set up a very good defense here.
Yeah, 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock. Ults may be used for Instinct Esports to defend Gravity, running a bit dry here, but to continue pushing this on. Ancient Rage may be charged, but oh, another nice wall once again from Ramen, trapping the Buck and the Makoa in, but Whirlwind will opt in for Gravity, saving their teammates, the tanks, the Stone Wardens together, falling low, but still hanging, trying to go back to this payload. DK trying to poke out as much damage as possible. Combat Trends denying Instinct as they continue pushing on. 50 seconds left and ticking, but Nasty Harambe gets a very nice kill onto ZK as the healer of the team, and now we shall expect Instinct Esports to slowly fall, but to slowly fall. 40 seconds left for the clock for Instinct Esports.
Yeah, I think they really do a good job on how do they defend it. They kind of ignore the point first. They go around with Buck and Tiberius on the far side, get the backline first, so it kind of stop the sustain to the ponting. So good defense from Team Gravity. And now I think they just waiting the Oz to charge up and wait for another point fight.
15 seconds.
Andrew here falling very low. Last game Dota goes for the pounce and retreat. 10 seconds left. Instinct Esport absolutely have touch right now to guarantee their push. Aggie pushing in from the middle, and it seems that Ramin will be going in for the point touch here. Last game Dota and Makoa stuck to the payload. Ramin falls and trades out with last game Dota. Trades and kills being tossed out. I don't think any ults will be invested. Delrox trying to duel with this Furia. Nice stun there. Will get rid of the bug. Step into the light. Be left as by Instinct with 3 players continue pushing on to overtime.
Yeah, I think this might be a kind of tough push for them again, just because the tanks are pushing on the one side. Like, you see Terminus, he can't go through there. He has to go with Inara on the same side, where Team Grav, they can just play around and play with a larger space. As you can see, Team Instinct is stuck to fall back. I don't think they'll use any ultimates. But with 5 ultimates ready for both teams, but in Enlightenment used it, doesn't refill the 50%. I think this is going to be a very back and forth fight. The main factor is how Gravity is going to commit all those team communication with Tiberius and Buck, diving to the backline as they were defending it, and get the point fight done for this side.
And Gravity with the triple DPS really have to make use of their damage to their advantage, trying to bring down the Stone Wardens, or maybe getting a very nice pick onto Furia. You know, when you decapitate their healers, there's no way they can sustain the ongoing damage going on from Gravity. Right now, spectating last game Dota with a magnificent performance on Tiberius so far. All ultimates online on this 1-1 push. Master Riding will come in as last game Dota here tries to scan his surroundings. Instinct going for aggressive push into the backline. BK exposed here alone. Will fall to Tiberius. Unga comes in, says last game Dota double kill for the Tiger. Inflame will come up from Furia to try and survive, and Tiberius will fall. But no matter, Delrox coming. The sweeping crew has arrived, and 2 players only left for Instinct. Staggered kill onto Androxus. Delrox may pick up a third for himself here, but 78% and ticking for the side of Gravity.
Yeah, I think the pot fight wasn't even there. Tiberius just flanked around with Buck on both sides. The team with Instinct was getting disjointed, and I think they might have a miscommunication on how they deal with flanking. So I think Gravity might have a chance of pushing this as well. As you can see, Angel actually has a kind of tough time to have a target prioritization on their backline. Seismic Crash used it, but Whirlwind used to set the team. And Asian Rage popped it just to keep everything occupied.
The odds throwing out here for both sides, and 2 kills on the DPS were traded out. Nasty Harami falls to the hands of the X. Delrox here trying to trade out with Andrew, going for those fancy flicks, but we'll find no one as we continue in 1 minute 40 seconds into this push.
Yeah, I would like to see how this damage start doing for the Gravity team, considering they have triple DPS and McCall running for the half shell. It's going to be way better late game considering using Call the double reset. But Terminus using no one, and he got humiliated right after he respawned back. That's so unlucky for Instinct. And as first snowball fight, they have to retreat, but I think this might be a heavy dagger for both. Instinct side, sorry, with the DPS falling back.
Yeah, Instinct now waiting for the response to come in. A zoning Grumpy will come out from Zai for now to stall time, but a hook here from Nasty Harambe lands onto the BK. Picked up by Step into the light. Inflame will once again come up from Instinct to try and stall this point further, but Ramin will fall. 3 players only alive for Instinct as Gravity pushes in with no problem. The Makoa finally getting its value in this match.
Yeah, I think the Makoa pick is kind of actually smart considering Khan right now has been very dominant and lots of team bans it. His hook can actually disable Terminus Siphon, and while he's not with his Siphon, he doesn't have any shield alongside with Inara. The team has to rely on mirror all the heals, and the DPS doesn't get heals, so they got crumbled. Right now you can see they just got crumbled one by one. Andrew can't do anything, a reversal might seal the field, but finally get second time again and 3-1 to Gravity. What a push.
Yeah, very nice push there from Gravity. Like, even if you kill one, they grab one person from Gravity will come down with a double kill. It's just that these important trades really matter between these two teams. And can we once again look at the damage numbers? I'm expecting to see Gravity all at the top of the charts. Right now, BK and Andrew really have to step up, don't they?
I think they have to sell, but considering how they automate usage, considering Gravity, they actually have double reset automate because it has 90% charge variation rate. He used it in the push, but now he got it again. Grover with a whirlwind can just deny a curse arm from Andrew. They actually have to make a diversion, or maybe they have to use the seismic stun someone and get the green.
An enemy is unstoppable. Enemy double. Enemy triple. Savage.
You make it quadra?
Will he make it a quadrant? No, stolen by Masters Heart.
And it's 3-1, 27% rising for Team Gravity. This might be a set.
Yeah, 19 streak sitting for Delrox on this buck right now. It seems that Instinct will all on their mounts with Master riding ready, trying to get back on this point one more time. Kingbong will come in, but Terminus will fall to last game Dota. Delrox just raining in on this backline, but nice pick out here from Gucci on this Androxus going out with the flicks and the shots. Ancient Raids comes out and Inflame comes in response. But Gravity just sweep up and a triple kill for Tiberius here. And overtime, just Betty coming down. Terminus trying for that last touch, reanimate not up. And with that, Gravity get this game for themselves.
I think they really drop it so wisely. You can see Team Instinct on the last point fight, they try to recap this. They actually kind of works, but once the optimates is up for Gravity, they just bounce back with all those. You can see Grover using for the aggression from Andrew, and Asian Rage used for Makoa try to just bait out all those team automates from the King Bomb. So I think Gravity really plays it well. And if you look at the set, 20 kills from Tiberius, no one's able to commit and kill him. I think they really played well. So Instinct, they might have to drop it a little bit differently on the second map. And I'll see the DPS have to step a little bit more, try to communicate with the tanks, maybe not run pawn tanks with Terminus and Inara. Maybe they have to pick a more tank around healer, try to make the tank more sustainable. That's what I'm trying to think, Sora.
Yeah, I think what Instinct need right now is maybe a tank that can sustain Gravity's damage. The name of the game for Gravity is aggression, hardcore aggression, and Instinct suffer from that. The triple DPS just running into their backline, killing everyone. If Instinct can maybe pick up a double support comp, it may ease their lives here. So with that, this will wrap up the first game for Gravity versus Instinct, and we'll get back to you with the second game later.
See you guys soon.
Okay. Welcome to the second match on Jaguar Falls of Gravity versus Instinct right now. Just quickly hopping into the drafts quickly. On Gravity, we have Lian, Zin, Ayo, Dredge, and Ash. And for the side of Instinct, we have Imani, Inara, Maeve, Grover, and Androxus. Sorry, too much hype from earlier, too much energy. I need to like let it die down a bit. But what do you think about the drafts, Mike?
I think this map is completely different from what they had last match on Bazaar. They did actually switch up lots of stuff. Both teams are running single tanks right now, but Gravity they switched to an IO with an off tank Ash. We see lots of pro teams, top leagues, they actually run off tank as a point tank with IO. Um, this is the first standard draft considering having Dredge as well on Jaguar Force, which is one of the few very well performing maps for Dredge. Running a hard whole Dredge is very hard to dive. On the other side, if you look at Team Instinct, they actually drop it quite well, but I'm kind of pretty um, nervous about how those two flankers compared to last time when the other team runs Buck and Tiberius for diving. Maeve and Angel can do well, but against a Dredge and all those Leon heavy shot just auto aims you in the sky, this might be a little bit tougher.
Yes, it will be a tougher time for Instinct Esports. You gotta have faith. Right now, in, maybe Aggie wasn't popping off a tank enough. If he goes on to Maeve, suddenly pentakill, and Instinct Esports will get the win. But yeah, for drafts, I also agree with you. I also lean to the side of Gravity, just particularly just for this IO. I'm surprised IO even got through the ban phase, to be honest. And
I
giving
think they kind of maybe got scared on the first match, so they rotated the bans to the DPS instead of the healer. But Instinct actually might have a better chance on here considering using the
three,
ultimate in a
two,
very organized way.
one.
And
The battle
if you,
has
playing
begun.
on screens, you just tell anyone like, "Wow, I'm gonna use this one." While you locking down other space. A very good position on very
Right now, the shots just trading through Nasty Harambe in this room, and the backline DPS huddled into this corner. Nasty Harambe falling low, but a nice wall coming up for Ramim will allow Zyve to pick up first blood.
a nice Imani poke shot to get out of the stretch. But look at Gravity, it's 51%. I think they still have a chance, but I would like to see how Dredge perform. Right now, he just win a duel with the left side on Maeve, and Angel got separated from the team on the right side. I don't know what he's gonna do, but it seems that he might be just a distraction factor for Gravity.
Delrox trying to duel with this Angel here, getting a nice headshot. Gravity continue on this push. The dog already earning 84% to their name. Aggie coming back, and Androxus on the respawn timer. The cat will go for the touch here, and Inara as well, cornering Nasty Harambe in this corner, but comes out alive. Amazing. Now, only 2 players left alive for Team Instinct, and with that, Gravity will get the first point to themselves.
Yeah, I think that might be a very weird misplay from Maeve, and they both tried to reach the one, just it was 99%. They might have to communicate a little bit better. Maybe sending Angel and Maeve on the same side to get their backline. Well, Guillotine. I don't know if it's Guillotine. Maybe probably it's Yo.
Yeah,
nice
probably.
ultimate. And now he lost the ball.
Yeah, he knew that nobody was like gonna help Maeve there. Just like, alright, Maeve in the wild, I'm gonna spite this bit. Oh, anyway, moving on back to the push. 1 minute 50 seconds and ticking. Delrox once again caught by a very nice one to Ramin. The wall game on it. It is top priorities here. 1 minute 40 seconds, and Gravity will go in for the retreat, waiting for their Leon to come back. And ultimates may come online here for both teams.
Yeah, I think in terms of ultimate, I said it a couple of minutes ago. Instinct has a really good ultimate. If they can defend it without using most of those economy from the ultimate, they have a better chance. Also, when you think about the defense, you have less poke to defend this very choke point on Jaguar Force, and then Gravity has a triple DPS, they have to make all those angles. It's kind of tough, but last game Dota getting the kills on Andy on the side might have an opening, but they maybe it's kind of low they have to reach it. But last game Dota got the weird swing on the wave and two flankers down. Now Team Instinct they have to reach it. They can't stagger here.
An enemy
The
is
point
unstoppable.
almost was 30 seconds left, but seeing fighter get taken down and the dragon comes through. I think this might stabilize the point, but the point's still pushing. No one's coming now.
Asset dominance.
Now on call, I don't know how to do it.
Asset dominance does coming from the Ash, but to no benefit. All of Gravity just fall one by one. Earlier, Master Sahat's the only one alive and gets caught out. 10 seconds left. I don't think Gravity can touch this, and all ultimates, no, not all, most of ultimates used over the side of Gravity, they will be at a huge disadvantage upcoming in this push.
I agree. Consider Midnight and Grover, all those ultimates are available. They just use the dragon and they secure the defense. I think it's a really good defense from Team Instinct. Maybe they start more communicating when they kind of play closer with each other. And looking at the damage charts in money, kind of getting up close to the other side with the triple DPS Leon and Stretch having 3k heal,
Capture point
3k
spawning
damage.
in 15 seconds.
This is a very interesting back and forth.
And yeah, with the odds online for Instinct, I have a feeling they're maybe gonna go with a coordinated pusher, trying to make this CC to the advantage with the Midnight and the seismic crash. And Gravity, with having no odds, especially with no assert dominance on their side, they may not be able to counter this right now. Gravity going into the dark room here. Midnight will come in, and Instinct, yes, going for that coordinated push. Delrox may be caught out here, but all of them playing safe. Seismic crash does not land on anyone, surprisingly, and just Whirlwind also used for the side of Instinct. All of Gravity hovered into this corner. May dive, getting a nice pick here. Aggie into this room, picks up the second kill. Maybe a successful push for the side of Instinct, but a clear kill for Delrox. A pit.
Oh my
Wow,
God, I can't believe it.
Turning a 2v5 in his favor.
Oh, is it?
Self, this isn't ranked. This is scrims. You can't just do that.
And then they let Leon get a penta, and now they capture the point just with the dog. All the pillagers just die, but they kept the point, which is the only thing you have to think about. You win the fight, okay, I would take it, but I would take the point. What a great play from J-Lock.
Sorry, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. How did it happen?
I think like thing on there and slowly it got crumbled. I would maybe love to see how Leon loadout's gonna work. Maybe she has a 50% cooldown once it get elimination, and then she can just snowball everyone behind it, and then no one's calling it out.
But despite the successful push, the miracle capture from earlier, Instinct Esports will continue pushing Gravity, denying them of this push here. Dusty Harambe already leading the front lines with his Ash, chasing them off, giving some space for Gravity to continue pushing up. Grover just comes back for Instinct, trying to work to trade out. 1 minute 30 seconds left. Ultimates may be used, and Midnight will be opted in for Instinct Esports, and Gucci gets a nice kill onto last game Dota on the side.
Yeah, I think they kind of not nice, maybe killing on the Leon, but Money was suited up, but they gonna get messy on right now. They just trading with those ultimate and
Enemy
kills.
triple
And
kill.
triple kill
Wow.
coming from Gucci for the Angel. We seal this defense a little bit, and 55 seconds.
Oh,
Oh,
punish for the
Money just
weapon
got
inspect. There was a Udon weapon inspect on my battlegrounds.
that's
But
why. That's why
It's
you
funny.
never poke at Leon when you don't know she has her kill up. No.
and right now, Gravity pushing up, even though with Dell not on their side, they are still going full on with this aggression instinct. Have to sustain, but stepping to the light on this Dredge gets a nice kill onto aggressive. Double kill picking up for Dredge as Instinct Esports slowly fall to Gravity.
Yeah, I think this could be a push, but notice they kind of change up the offense this time a little bit. They kind of bait out the flankers not in the choke point, but a little bit
8,
forward in the choke point.
7.
So
Enemy
once they
killing.
spend all those
5,
like
4,
engaging,
3,
they have to defend
2,
this in a more
1.
awkward way, whereas the payload is almost
Overtime.
pushed through with overtime. And now you can see with Ash and you see try to spawn cap the Inara. She can even walk through, and she got so low, and Leon used the Inara and get 2 kills, and of course I've used it, but I don't think this will end this one.
The whirlwind will
Grover
come in
just
for
used
it.
the spawn. I don't think that's a good ultimate from Grover to try to secure the last. And 3-1 Gravity. What a play.
Yeah, Grover going in for that whirlwind, but just gets denied. Caught 3 up for Delrox already. Late game truly coming into play and showing on the absolute denial. With the lack of whirlwind, I'm not sure if Instinct Esports will be able to capture this. Gravity have all of their ults online.
Yeah, they almost have the alignment all 75% charge. It's charged so
3,
quickly considering
2,
Dela was doing
1.
so many damage. She got a Panther last time. I don't think they have to put more attention on this Leon. Look at they play on the sun side this time. Play slowly, maybe they just try to charge on the odd. Dredge uses his ultimate. I don't think it does anything, but Inara got single out with Dragon tried to song them out, and I think this will seal the deal on Dredge, but she got teleport.
Yeah, right now Ash on this backline, a nice assert dominance and the tricks of ult from earlier. Delrox once again takes up a double kill for himself, a 3rd kill to his name, and last game Dota on the 4th, going with his aggressive zoning, 75% and ticking. I don't see Instinct Esports touching this.
They don't have horses, Zoro.
Oh, and a double kill for last game Dota will seal the deal as we look at Luna celebrating on point. Easy capture for Gravity.
If possible, I would really like to see how does Leon pull out all those turning backs on that Panther on the second point fight. Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm shocked, dude.
We need a replay feature on this shit. How did Del do that? 17 for 13 and 85k damage. If that's a carry, I don't know what is. Delrox, one of the best, arguably one of the best hit scan players in SEA so far, showing his prowess on Leon.
Yeah, I think they might got triggered by different DPS. Consider they have triple DPS. I don't think Maeve and Angel, as I said in the very early game, they have to make the target prioritization way better with those team coordination. But I think the draft kind of wins favoring Gravity to take this second game. So.
Yeah, thank you. And with that, this wraps up the second match of Gravity versus Instinct. We'll be back to you with the third match. And welcome back as we are on the third match of Instinct versus Gravity, taking place on Split Stone, a map that Gravity is no stranger to right now. Let's quickly look into the draft. With Barrick, Grover, Imani, Androxus, and Io for the side of Team Instinct, and Willow, Strix, Tiberius, Makoa, and Ceres for Team Gravity. What do you think about the drafts?
I think Gravity kind of have it in confidence of running those off-meta picks right now, considering they have Willow and a Makoa half shell on a Pontek, and Ceres, very interesting, but remember last game we have Dearlock running the Leon with a triple, right? Not triple, but more like Panther. Honestly, sorry, he was running and piloting this Strix. I would like to see how this go, but looking at Team Instinct on the other side, they're drafting. This time they draft way better than considering they have 2 supports and a dog on pawn, and Angel and Imani on the side, which kind of wins over the duo fight on the far side if you consider Angel versus Willow. I'd like to see Team Instinct might be having a chance to bounce back on this one and gain some respect.
Definitely, yeah. Instinct finally going for that double support that may be the solution to counter Gravity's aggression. But picking up the Willow here from Gravity is actually a really smart choice as well against Instinct Esports, trying to deny the heals and the sustain they are trying to go for in order to counter their plan. But it's gonna be really interesting to see how Ceres is gonna affect this match. I have no idea why they picked Ceres. Maybe they got got a game plan with her ult, you know?
I
Kinda
think
meh.
Surge is actually really good on early game, but once you
three,
start
two,
making with Polarized
one.
3 coming online,
And so
she
it
might turn
begins.
into a heal bug. So we'll see
Mm.
how it goes. Right now we're expecting this Willow almost very barely picked it, and we can see how on par already capturing the process. But the first blood coming from Dialogue, nice shot, get out of one of the healer, but they still have Rover online.
Wow.
They got 2 kills.
The flank denied here from Delrock, just shredding this Instinct Esports team to pieces. 3 kills to the side of the Strix here. One of the best hit scan players indeed on this Strix, for coming up with this aggressive zoning, 54% and ticking.
Yeah, I think Strix, they're normally very good. Even in close map, we saw Strix got run in Jaguar Falls, in all those time maps. This is a way better map than him. Yeah, and you can see how he showed him so aggressively, and now he has to fall back, uses the flashbang. Team Instinct kind of bounced back with the dog presence on top. They have to fall back. A nice double from the Imani, and a final silver and a team wipe for Team Instinct.
60% and ticking for Instinct Esports. Gravity had to touch, but Willow there seems to be hiding. Will he win? Can get this sneaky kill onto Imani, but no, Master Sahaj falls with no repercussions. A double kill for this Androxus, and Gravity have to touch right now, but the first point will go to Instinct Esports. A wonderful comeback from them.
Yeah, here's what we go interesting. How is the Andrew duo with the Widow against the Strix? However, I would like to see if they have to play those angles right. Mako just got obliterated without the half shot. I don't know if he's running the half shot or not. He is, but I think he's not gonna save him with all those damage running through from money, considering he has a very big hit boxes. Andrew can click his head and do so much damage. And now they're staggering the teammates and they have to fall back. I don't see how this surge is gonna go well.
Dragon coming out here from Imani to accompany the double kill from Androxus. Snare's ult does come out, but doesn't find any follow-up, only getting the barrack. Tiberius will go for a very strange ult, trying to find this Imani Dragon, trying to find Tiger here. Looks like the game of hide and seek will pursue. 1 minute 20 seconds left, and with that, Instinct get an easy push in.
I think they haven't think about how to deal with the dragon, considering that push is never stopped, even in the choke point. They got kills and stuff, and then no one's able to charge up ultimate, and plus they don't want to commit using all this ultimate to defend for Gravity, I guess.
Capture point spawning in
Tiberius was
15
funny for me
seconds.
though. He uses it, try to find it money, but it's not gonna be enough.
5, 4,
Not gonna be enough
3,
indeed. We have
2,
to see how Gravity play this and try to come back from this 2-0. And Drox is here on this flank trying to find a pick onto Willow, but she will go into a Flayflight. A burst from Tiberius. Thanos snaps him out of existence. Flayflight trying to find some profit here, but will fall to the Grover. Nice pick here from the double support. Gucci and Lasky and Dota trying to battle here. The combat trends and the snap will yeet Imani off. Dome Shield will come out from Instinct Esports, 18% and ticking. Gravity must not stagger. Ancient Rage comes out from Makoa to continue on this push. Whirlwind in response, 42%, and Dog is on point. I'm not sure what Instinct can do to win this.
I think Instinct have the very strong pawn presence once they group up on pawn and try to play very close together on the right side, on the key, on the spinner side. Gravity has to send all those DPS on the left side and use the dead zone from the Willow, try to deny all those healers and sustain, but Instinct kind of outrun and play well, and they just kept the pawn, and they have double support.
Instinct was so dominant that whole point fight. Andrew with another double kill from earlier, getting very nice picks onto the backline. And speaking of which, gets another nice kill onto Master Sahaj. But Ayo will trade out his life as Gravity continue pushing on 2 deaths on each team to their name. 2 minutes left and ticking, and it seems that Instinct will go for this retreat.
Yeah, I think Instinct, considering Imani is on overcharge. Oh, what a great rip from Grover. I think now Instinct has to set up a very good push with Dragon again, like last time, considering
Enemy killing
Team Gravity. Losing two in the process, Grover get a kill on the Strix, and now all those teammates has to go back, and then Convergence from Surge doesn't get any kills, but instead Andrew finally get taken down, but the Dragons will activate it again at the same time
Enemy
period.
killing spree.
Would they have something to deal with it? I don't think even Buddhism works again. Look at this zoning here. They can't even get out of spawn.
Yeah,
This might be it.
1 minute 15 seconds and the payload is already so close. Fayflight will come in for Willow to try and stall his point even more. Willwit will come out and a nice pick from Imani may seal the deal here. Dome Shield comes out. Sarah is the only one on point, and with that Instinct 4-0 Gravity with ease.
They placed perfectly. So I'm telling you, if one team is trying to test some new stuff while falling 2-0 behind, they're not giving you a chance to test that Ceres and Willow. But I would say glad for Team Instinct actually bounced back with all those comfort picks, considering that their team wasn't playing as aggressive as Gravity does on the last two matches. This kind of actually helps them. I think if they keep running this double support kind of damage flex a little bit calm, this might help him improving in the overall stats.
Just, Androxus getting the right flanks when needed, Imani pouring in the damage, and just Instinct overall with the double support, keeping everyone alive. They were set up for victory here. And this would wrap up the last match for Instinct versus Gravity. Very well played from Instinct. And we will get back to you with the third set.
See you later.